Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm here with another review. Sorry I didn't do my review yesterday. It was Bae's birthday, so yeah, that's that on that. And I gotta kick these videos out now because we're supposed to go out this evening. Anyway, let's get to it. So we're gonna do Real Housewives of New York, season 13, episode 6. This episode wasn't really a whole lot for real. Not to me, it wasn't. So let's get started. So we kind of leave off where Ebony, she's getting up and she's leaving and stuff. And again, I keep saying Sonia, um, like I said last week, is the only person who gets it. She's pretty much like, like I understand, why as a black woman she doesn't want to be called angry, and like y'all gotta pretty much like be careful with like the stuff that y'all be saying. So like calm down pretty much. Sonya was the only one the whole time who got it. She got it, and it wasn't like over the top get it. She just got it, period. Okay? So then Ebony leaves because she's like, I'm not comfortable. If she don't want me here, it's fine. I'll get my stuff and I'll leave. So then Ramona and Lou go back into the kitchen and stuff, in the dining room, and they're sitting there with Heather. And Lou, what did Lou say? Lou was like, oh, she definitely made me look at her different when she said that she's the smartest person at the table. Again, she never said she was the smartest person at the table. She said she was the most educated formally, which is correct, but whatever. That's people's insecurities jumping out. It's fine. It's what you wanted to hear versus what was actually said. Anyway, so then Ebony goes back to the house with Leah, and she tells Ebony that Luann called her angry black woman. Now, did Luann say specifically you are a angry black woman? No. Was it heavily implied that black was slapped on there some way, somehow, or had something to do with it? Yes. Very much so. Very much so. But she did not say angry black woman. So I don't know, give her that. I don't know, I guess. Her and Leah kind of talk about, I think I said to y'all before even they brought up Lou acts like that. Lou thinks that she's better than everyone, and she acts like she's better than everyone because of that whole countess thing. Now, she might not do the countess anymore, but she still has that, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just that very, I think I'm better than you type of attitude, you know what I mean? So, that's her. So, they talk about that. Then, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna just zoom in because I'm, like, squinting to see my damn notes. Okay, so Heather pretty much is at the table, and she's kind of low-key like checking Luann and Ramona, pretty much saying like, look, at the end of the day, you pretty much have, like, as a privileged white woman, you pretty much need to sit back and listen to what Ebony is saying. You need to listen from her perspective, and you didn't do that. You just pretty much called her angry, and you can't call a black woman angry. She pretty much kind of explained that. I'm like, okay, Heather, okay, I see you. Okay, so Lou was like, it's not about that. She was being angry. She was being loud, which we'll get to. Ebony pointed out some things that I pointed out last week, and we'll get there. But pretty much Heather's just telling them, like, y'all pretty much, like, gotta, like, chill out, because that's not how y'all was supposed to handle that situation, okay? So then, Heather ends up, when they come back to the house, all the girls come back to the house, Heather comes upstairs to come to see Ebony. Ebony and Leah there in the room, and Heather pretty much says that she feels like Luann cares more about her ego than everything. Now, this is the thing about Heather. It's like, I feel like her intentions are good, right? The intentions, they seem good to me. But like Ebony said, the way Heather is going about showing her support versus the way like Sonia is going about showing her support, like, do you see the difference? It comes off like, okay, how do I even explain it? Because I don't really even know how to explain it. Okay, Heather wants to show that she understands the plight, right? But sometimes she does it in a way that's kind of like, all right, girl, like, calm down, like, back up a little bit. So she says to Ebony, yeah, I get it. Those are those type of women. I get it. I'm around black people and stuff like that. I worked for, who did she say she worked for? She was like, I worked with Diddy, and I've worked with Beyonce and things like that. So I know. And Ebony's like, okay, I mean, well, we don't want to put the whole black experience on the top 1% of black people. She was like, no. I don't mean that. I mean, like, I've worked with the poor black people. I was like, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Go, keep going. And she's like, no, not them. I mean, the people that worked around them. The people that worked around them. And well, what did Ebony say? Ebony, she was like I think she's trying to like show her proximity to blackness, but it's just in a very like weird way. I can't even really explain it, but it's like too much dip on your chip, pretty much. It's too much dip on your chip. The way that Sonya is going about it, it's not like the same way, and it's making it. Ebony ended up saying later that Sonya, it doesn't seem like she's pandering, and that's how it kind of comes off a little bit from Heather. Like, I want to show that I'm the woke white woman in this group. I'm the woke white one. So it's like I get the sentiment, right? So that's why I'm not mad. It's just a little weird. It's just a little weird that she does. Anyway, so Heather goes. She talks to Luann pretty much, and she's like, Luann, like, you need to apologize, pretty much. Like, you need to apologize because the way that you handled that was wrong, whatever. So all of the girls pretty much come together. Now, Ebony sits down and very eloquently and nicely explains the angry black woman trope, like I explained to y'all last time. I'm not going to go over it again. I went on a whole rant my last video. Lou said pretty much that she didn't know about that and she apologized. Then Lou turns around and says, I want you to apologize. Like, I will hope that I would get the same. And she was like, the same one. She's like, I will hope you apologize to me. And so everybody is like, she's supposed to apologize. Hey, come on up. Come on up. No, hey, bitch, leave, bitch. Did she say Ebony's supposed to apologize? Make it make sense. Like, that would have been me. Like, if I'm in a group, that's what I'm doing. And that's what everybody's face was doing. And so Ebony is like, okay, so what am I apologizing for again? And she was like, well, for like getting upset and being upset with me. Like, I don't think that was right for you to like get upset with me. No. So then Conscious Heather, that's what I'm calling her. Conscious Heather comes through and she's just like, you just need to apologize, Lou. Just apologize. A black woman doesn't need to, to say sorry for any of the things about how she feels, which that's the thing. Heather is correct. She's correct. It's just the way that she delivers it. That's all. It's just the way that she delivers it. And so Ebony pretty much said like, I'm not gonna apologize to you for me being upset because that's kind of where the problem comes in. You can't tell me to say sorry for me feeling an emotion that was evoked and me expressing that. Like, and then what she said is, and it would be one thing if Ebony was like flipping chairs over and giving everybody the bird and shit like that, but she brought up what I brought up last week is she said it's crazy because Leah came back to the table, called everybody hoes, cursed all y'all out, and not one of y'all called her angry. I said the exact same thing last week. And then, like I knew they was gonna bring up, and I said this last week too, Ramona says, oh well, she gets a pass because her grandmother is passing away. And Ebony said, is my grandmother not passing away? Thank you. All of these points are points that I brought up last freaking week, okay? And so Ebony pretty much was like, I think somebody, I don't know who said it, but somebody was like, maybe it was Lou, she was like, oh, you need to teach us or whatever. And Ebony's like, I mean, I don't mind having conversations, but like, it's y'all burden to figure out. And again, Sonya comes through in her confessional getting it. Sonya says, as white women, as privileged white women, it's up to us to read the page and to turn the page. We can't keep asking black women to come and read the page for us. We have to do the work ourselves. So come through. So this is why Sonya's up there, because see, Sonya gets it. She gets it. That's why I refuse to believe that it's hard for people to grasp this concept, because people do it every day, like Sonya. It's really not that difficult to grasp. It's really not, okay? So, what the hell happened? Leah said, Heather, shut the fuck up, and they hug and make up. I don't remember what happened here. I think my notes are like kind of messed up here a little bit. Leah, I think, told Heather to shut the fuck up. I don't remember why, because I don't have good notes right here. But anyway, Sonya and Ebony, they end up hugging or whatever the case may be, and they make up, okay? So then when everybody's like kind of splitting up, Ebony comes to Sonya and tells her, she's like, you're worthy, you're a good person, you have a good spirit, you have a good heart. And you could tell by like Sonya's face that like kind of really meant a lot to her. And Ebony says that she feels like she's within a group of friends that don't necessarily uplift her all the time, how a lot of times they do just talk down on her. And they showed some flashbacks. I won't say that that's all they do, because Ramona and Lou do somewhat try to help Sonya at times. But I do understand where Ebony's coming from, because a lot of times the way that Sonya is portrayed in her group is like the hoe, pretty much. She's portrayed as the hoe, the girls gonna go around, sleep, and fuck everybody, because that's how everybody talks about her within this group. And maybe she's fine because that's kind of how she talks about it, but I don't know. So anyway, Sonya is just sitting here, explaining the same thing that I said before about, it's about women, like, it's our turn. She's like, we have oppressed and repressed and enslaved Black people for so long. Like, it's now our time to do the work. Like, it's up to us. And again, Ebony says what I said, which she gets it. And she's like, it doesn't come off like Sonya is pandering to me. Like, she honestly, truly understands what, what's going on. And I feel it for that. So then Ramona, I think the next morning, I forgot who she was talking to. Maybe it was Sonya, but she was pretty much saying, she was like, in her confessional, she said, like, being around Ebony has really, really, like, helped me open up my mind to a lot of different things. She said, she's like, I've been Googling things, and in my notes, I put, tell me why. I could see, like, Ramona Googling how to not be racist, or how do Black people feel around white people. Like, I could just see Ramona typing and shit like that. But she pretty much, she was like, I never really thought about it until I was around Ebony. She was like, how would I feel if I was like the only white woman amongst a group of nothing but Black women? I really wouldn't know. And I want to say this. It is sad that you have to, like, really be around a Black person to even start to think about that type of stuff. But you want to know what? Better late than never, I guess. At least you are not continuously being friends with her and then still trying to be willfully ignorant. So I will appreciate that for her actually, like we said, doing her own research. Don't use Ebony as a guinea pig. Just view the things that are going on, and then, like you said, your own wheel should start turning eventually. So yeah. So Ebony gets on the phone and she calls a matchmaker for Sonya, because she was like, I really think, Sonya, she can find a good man. I just think she needs a little bit of help, especially with, like, feeling worthy and stuff. So the girls, they go fishing. It's a really fun, good time. Everybody has fun. Ebony had me cracking up when she was like stuck in the water. I said, girl, no ma'am. No ma'am, okay? So then Ebony walks up to Sonya again, talking to her about how she's worthy. They just having a nice conversation. They have like a really like nice like friendship or whatever. So they all go to eat, and they're talking about the election and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, this is about to get juicy, but it didn't go where I wanted to go, but it's fine. Ebony pretty much said that she's going to be having a party for the election, and I think Ramona said that she couldn't go, or she didn't think she could go, and I'm like, I bet, because your ass want to be in Mar-a-Lago with Trump, and you don't want to put it out there that that's who you voting for, which that's fine, you don't have to say who it is, but we all know who it is, and I know why you don't want to go to that party, just saying. Anyway, so Leah complains about both of the candidates, like a lot of people did around the election, and pretty much saying that she's not gonna vote. And she was like, and Heather, before you even go there, bitch, don't try to say some righteous ass shit about why you need to vote, blah, 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 because I don't want to hear. Now, mind you, this is before Heather even said anything. Leah has been on one this whole trip. She really has. God bless her heart. So Heather was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't even say anything, blah, 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 blah. So whatever, go back to the house. It's costume party time, right? Okay, so Heather is talking to Sonya about Leah. She was like, I don't know what her problem is with me, like, she just keeps coming and attacking me, like, I didn't even say anything, about the whole voting thing. I mean, I do think that she should vote, because I think that, it's your, it's your responsibility, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. So Ebony and Leah are upstairs talking, and Ebony pretty much tells Leah the conversation that she had with Heather about her choice to not vote, and how both of them kind of feel, I guess Leah kind of only heard, because what did she say? Because Ebony said something to the effect of like, I think that everybody should vote, like I like, we were both talking about that, and how it's your civic duty and this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And then Leah was like, she came up here and said that. She was like, well, yeah, like, that's what she came up here, we was both talking about that. And then Leah got mad as hell, went over to the little balcony and started cursing Heather the hell out. Like, don't talk about whether or not I vote. That's none of your fucking business. Leah she was snapping. She was just snapping, okay? And she pretty much told her, Leah, she was like, I don't like people who try to be in authority. She was like, you try to be in authority on everything. You're being a Karen. You're the pure, what did she say? You're the purest form of white feminism. I say, yeah, Leah is hilarious. She's up there going off and she's funny as fucking hell. She's very fucking funny, okay? But I'm not gonna lie. Heather does give me very much so white feminism vibes, like a little bit, kinda. If y'all watched okay, no, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all didn't watch Grand Army, but Grand Army is a show on Netflix, and there's a girl in that show named Joey, and her intentions are good in the situation that happens where there are two boys who they take one of their friends who's a girl's purse and they're like playing around with it, throwing it, and then like it ends up like getting dropped or lost or something like that, and the girl Joey, who is white, tries to step in and help the girls, who purse that they took, but it's like she oversteps her boundaries in a way, and that's who, like, that's what Heather gives me. Like, your intentions are good, but it just seems like the way you're going about it, just no, okay? So Ebony comes out and she tells, Heather, I did tell Leah about what you said. I told her about, us both agreeing. Leah comes back out of the room because she went in the room. Come back out of the room, snapping again. Then Leah goes and gets in the car, waiting for everybody. So everybody's like, all right, let's go. So then Heather and Lou get in the car, right? But Lou said that she forgot something. So now it's just Leah and Heather. Leah's like, get this girl off the bus. I don't want to be on the bus with her. Somebody else come sit in the car with me. I don't want to be around her. And Heather was like, man, shut up, bitch. Like, shut up, bitch, shut up. She's like, bitch. And then she took some flowers and threw it at her like feet. She was like, don't you ever call me a bitch. Don't you ever call me a bitch. And then you're like, I'm like, yeah. Leah has lost her shit, bruh. Leah has completely lost her shit. I understand you going through some stuff, Leah. You need to take a whole nap and not be around nobody right now. Just be around Ebony and just go to sleep. Just take a nap, because Leah's just snapping, okay? As far as the whole voting thing, I don't really like, I feel like it's everybody's decision. They can do whatever they want to be. I personally always look at it like, if you don't vote, then to me, in my head, you don't really get the right to complain about what this person is doing, what that person is doing, because you didn't make an attempt to give or take from either side. That's just my opinion. But if somebody says that they didn't want to vote, which a lot of people I know did not vote this past election, whatever. Who gives a fuck? These people won't do whatever they want to do anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't really give a fuck. But anyway, that's that, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. Get in the comments about bye.